Okay, let's get straight into our top story that North Korea has fired yet more missiles into the East Sea. We have our Kim Ji-yeon with us from Seoul's Defense Ministry to give us all the details. Ji-yeon.
Well, Mark, South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff said North Korea launched the two short-range missiles in the early hours of Tuesday towards the East Sea at around 5:24 a.m. and 5:36 a.m. Korea time from its Kwail County in Hwanghaenam-do Province. The missiles had an altitude of around 37 kilometers and flew some 450 kilometers, recording a maximum flight speed of Mach 6.9. That's around 8,500 kilometers an hour. The North had fired two medium-range ballistic Nodong missiles from the same province in 2016. The Joint Chiefs of Staff said the missiles fired this morning seem to have similar characteristics to the short-range ballistic missiles fired by the North on July 25th, and said it's working with the U.S. to verify further information about the missiles while monitoring the situation for additional launches. Up until now, the launches for the past 2 weeks were conducted in North Korea's east coast, but this time it was fired from the southwestern region. We're waiting for the Joint Chiefs of Staff to give their thoughts on the significance of the recent firing from this location and whether this rare incident of consecutive firings of short-range missiles is going to continue in the future. The Joint Chiefs of Staff had told us the launches conducted for the past 13 days were mostly short-range and ballistic and were fired in the early hours in a northeasterly direction towards the East Sea, all flying at altitudes of less than 50 kilometers. It said the North test-fired a new type of short-range ballistic missile, North Korea's version of Russia's Iskander-class missile, which is believed to be harder to intercept due to its complicated flight trajectory, although the Joint Chiefs of Staff made reassurances that they're able to neutralize the missiles by North Korea with the existing Patriot anti-missile system. Mark?
Yeah, it all seems to be getting rather routine again, unfortunately, but we have to talk about the timing of these latest launches. They came around 24 hours after South Korea and the US began their combined military exercise as scheduled. They didn't heed North Korea's warnings not to go ahead with it.
Yeah, the crisis management staff training kicked off on Monday, as mentioned, as a preliminary session in the run-up to their summertime command post exercise, which is expected to start this Sunday and continue for about 3 weeks. And the drill is aimed at testing South Korea's initial operational capability for the envisioned transfer of the wartime operational control from Washington to Seoul, and issuing a statement right after the firing Tuesday. North Korea's foreign ministry criticized South Korea for conducting exercises, which it says are simulations of, quote, preemptive strikes against Pyongyang. It also criticized the U.S. for supplying new weapons, including the F-35A fighter jets, to the south. And North Korea said it still seeks dialogue as means to resolve issues, but that the continuation of such provocative military acts would harm the momentum of dialogue, calling the joint exercise a violation of the series of joint agreements they signed with the South. Back to you, Mark.